So today we are looking at a Golgari Exhume deck. Okay, so Exhume, of course, it's 2 mana for a sorcery. It says each player puts a creature from their graveyard onto the battlefield. So this is the most powerful reanimation effect in Pauper. So this deck is essentially a Golgari take on that concept. Very much a first draft, so it's kind of rough, but I thought I would just show the idea. So basically we're running 21 lands and we're using the Arbor Elf ramp package. So Arbor Elf, 1 green for a 1/1 with tap, untap target forest of course. Then we have Utopia Sprawl, 1 mana for an aura which enchants a forest. It says as Utopia Sprawl enters the battlefield, choose a color, and whenever the enchanted land is tapped, it produces that additional color. Wild Growth is very similar, 1 green for an aura that enchants a land. It says whenever enchanted land is tapped for mana, its controller adds an additional green. So then in terms of filling our graveyard up, we are running these 2 sorceries, which actually see play in the new version of the Legacy Lands decks. So the sorceries are Mulch and Winding Way. So Mulch is 2 mana. It says reveal the top 4 cards of your library, put all land cards revealed this way into your hand, and the rest into your graveyard. So with Winding Way and Mulch, we're trying to get our big threats into the graveyard so that we can exhume them, but we also want these cards to be pretty decent just on their own. So very similar, we have Winding Way, one of my favorite commons from Modern Horizons. So it's 2 mana for a sorcery. It says choose creature or land, reveal the top 4 cards of your library, put all cards of the chosen type into your hand, and the rest into your graveyard. So a powerful way of stocking our hand, and also filling the yard. So we're playing 2 Cast Down because it's a powerful removal spell, but in a deck like this, I find you generally don't want to run too much removal because obviously with Exhume, your opponent also gets to reanimate a creature. So to deal with that, you could run Bojuka Bog in the sideboard. Right now, I'm not, but it is a good thing to run. Okay, so then let's finally get to our threats. So all of these creatures, we want to either be reanimating them or just ramping into them. So first up, we have Hooting Mandrills, 6 mana for a 4/4 with Trample and Delve. Then we have Gurmag Angler, 7 mana for a 5/5 with Delve. Next up, we have Greater Sandworm, which is an interesting threat to reanimate. So it's 7 mana for a 7/7 that says it can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less. And it also has Cycling for 2. So this can dump itself into your graveyard to later be exhumed, which is pretty cool. Then we also have Crowsand Tusker, 7 mana for a 6/5. So it has Cycling for 3, so you can discard it and draw a card. And it says when you cycle it, you may search your library for a basic land and put it into your hand. So yet another creature which can discard itself, setting itself up to be exhumed. And then finally at the top of our curve, we have Ulamog's Crusher, 8 for an 8/8 with Annihilator 2. So whenever it attacks, defending player sacrifices 2 permanents. Right, so that's the deck. I've basically been working on a few ways of building Exhume decks with different color combinations and different strategies going on. So this is definitely just my first draft, my initial starting point. I will play some more games with it and see what works and update the list as it goes. If you have ideas for improving the deck, please let me know. As always, thanks for watching.